Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. Today let's talk about the top 5 American agriculture YouTube channels as measured by subscribers. Number 5, Onelonleyfarmer. Currently has 139,000 subscribers. Onelonleyfarmer is also known by his actual name, Wes Pandy. He used to do a little of everything as far as I can tell, whether it's corn, soybeans, and used to have a cattle operation, but now is mostly mulch hay. Runs about every age of John Deere, I think, or at least has one in his collection. He's based in New Jersey, and I've heard him say several times that he can actually see New York City, I believe, from his farm. And OLF is kind of the nitty-gritty person showing that side of agriculture. Moving on, number 4, Big Tractor Power. 160,000 subscribers. Big Tractor Power, I believe I have this correct, is ran by Jason Hazard. Hopefully I said that correct. Out of Kentucky, I think near Hopkinsville, actually. He travels the countryside, showing us several colors, ages, and sizes of ag equipment. Especially those big, old four-wheel drive articulated tractors. Okay, number 3, a former number 1, I believe, How Farms Work. 241,000 subscribers. How Farms Work is run by Ryan Kister and is based on his family's farm in Wisconsin. They run green equipment and mostly have row crops, a cattle operation, and hay production. Moving on to number 2, Welker Farms Inc. 254,000 subscribers. Welker Farms is predominantly run by Nick Welker and features his brother, which he affectionately calls Leg Arms, and their father, which off the top of my head I want to say his name is Robert. Welker Farms operation is mainly small grain, dryland crops. I think they run a lot of acres, as many of those small grain, dryland crop operators do, maybe 10,000 I want to say. Their operation is based in Montana, Big Sky Country. They have several brands of machinery on their farm, but I would say they are most well known for their big buds, which they have 3 different generations, which they have refurbished themselves and documented the process of refurbishing those. And finally, number 1, Minnesota Millennial Farmer. 316,000 subscribers. And you probably guessed it by the name, they are located in Minnesota. Minnesota Millennial Farmer is also known as Zach Johnson. I think he often jokes that he is the actor that plays the Millennial Farmer. They have a lot of green equipment as far as I've seen, and mostly do row crops, corn and soybeans. You get a few glimpses into the other hobbies of his, such as dirt racing, which something I grew up around as well. Zach spends time also co-hosting a podcast focused on agriculture. I think it's called the Fieldwork Podcast. And as a little bonus, if you've watched this far, here are 2 of my favorite channels that did not make the list. First one, Werner Farms. Currently has 14,000 subscribers. It's based in Indiana. It's a family farm that seems to mostly run row crops. They have an interesting lineup of machinery. I believe they have a custom sprayer that they built themselves, and I believe it is a 4230 John Deere modified. They have a mechanical front wheel drive 4560, or maybe it's a 4650. I think it's a 4650. And recently they bought an S690 combine. And last, Black Earth Excavation. Now, don't let the name fool you. This channel focuses on row crops and hay production in Iowa, although I think, as he says in his videos, the original purpose of the channel was to show his dirt work and tiling videos, so he has an extensive library of that as well if you're interested. He runs mostly green equipment with some pretty interesting non-John Deere equipment, like a Fendt 1050 or 1100, or whatever Fendt and Challenger's biggest fixed frame tractor is. And probably what I enjoy the most about him, also he has a Krone baler, but what I enjoy most about him is he is definitely not afraid to pull the trigger on an equipment trade or something that he finds that is a deal. I think he's probably bought and sold, I don't know, maybe 6 to 10 tractors or combines in the time that I have watched his channel, so he'll keep you guessing, never know what's coming. Well, that is all I got on this one. Let me know if I got something wrong, which I might have already figured out that I did get something wrong. It has dawned on me that I forgot the Peterson Farm Bros, so maybe they would be 5A and One Lonely Farmer would be 5B. But I'm sure you'll tell me if that's actually true or not. But leave your suggestions for future videos and subscribe if you want to. Thanks. See ya.